Hi, my name is Mary. Today FM plays the best music in Lambasa. Today FM rocks.
My name is Thomas. I'm here in Nakasi and I like to listen to Today FM because it rocks.
My name is Milenia. Today FM rocks here in Singatoka.
My name is Alfripi and Today FM rocks here in Tabwa.
My name is Mary Jane. I love listening to Today FM here in Ba. Today FM rocks.
My name is Illicit and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks here in Osur.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Malala Island developers breach contract, says Lands Minister. Rathoepeli Nailatikau is new parliamentary speaker. And PM clarifies sugar industry status.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
The Lands Ministry has confirmed no foreshore development lease, license or any approval was issued to Freesol Real Estate Development Limited, responsible for the construction of a hotel on Malala Island. This was revealed by Minister Ashnil Sudhakar following a preliminary investigation conducted by his team over the weekend. Akusita Thale reports the team has returned from the island and a report has been submitted to the minister.
The Lands Minister today revealed the inspection conducted on the construction site in Malala over the weekend shows considerable damage to the foreshore area, mangrove and the seabed.
The primary findings are that they developed the land without our consent. In fact, they desecrated, they damaged a lot of marine zone, state foreshore, which is state property there.
The Lands Ministry could be the next authority taking the Freesol Real Estate Development Limited to court for their Malala project.
Yeah, there could be legal actions, there could be sanctions that they will never be given a license there because they have blatantly gone ahead and shown total disregard to the Fijian law, the Fijian communities, the landowners that are there.
Ashnil Sudhakar also confirmed that the environmental impact assessment issued by the Environment Ministry in December last year was only for land-based activities and not on the state foreshore. Environment Minister Dr. Mahendra Reddy says they are now awaiting a decision from the DPP.
Officers are there, police is also there to ensure that there's no activity being taken, and we have made all submissions to DPP's office, and the matter is with DPP, and that's how far we can go.
The DPP last week sanctioned charges against the developer under the Environment Management Act for failing to comply with a prohibition notice issued by the Waterways and Environment Ministry last year. In a statement, the developer claims their project is legitimate and beneficial to all tourism stakeholders. This has been refuted by Dr. Reddy, who says these are just lies. Akusita Thale, FBC News.
We now cross live to Akusita Thale with more details on this development.
The Freesol Real Estate Development Limited was supposed to be given 2 leases in order to begin the construction on the island. One was for the land development, which was approved by the Itoke Lands Trust Board, and the other was for the foreshore lease, which was to allow the construction of villas over the water. However, this approval was not granted by the Lands Ministry as confirmed by the Line Minister, nor did the Ministry issue any license to the developer for its construction. And as of the last few hours, FBC News has received confirmation from the Itoke Lands Trust Board that the developer had breached some of the conditions under the environmental impact assessment. Therefore, a stop order notice was issued last year. And we can also confirm that we have been trying to get comments from the developer, Mr. Dixon Peng, over the last few days, which has been unsuccessful. And as of this evening, FBC News has been reliably informed that Mr. Peng is currently away on a business trip in China. Jackie.
Rathoepeli Nailatikau, the former president, is the new Speaker of the House. Not new to the role, Rathoepeli made it known that he will serve and work with all in Parliament. His appointment also received bipartisan support, with the National Federation Party throwing their votes behind the government nominee. Maggie Boyle reports.
I, Rathoepeli Nailatikau.
A case of deja vu, perhaps, for the statesman who takes up the Speaker role for a 3rd time.
That I am here as the servant of this House. And I look forward to working with you all.
Widely rumoured to be government's first choice, today's confirmation simply ticking off the top of their list.
It's good. We are very honoured to have him there as a speaker. We all know that he's going to do a good job.
And while it came down to a secret ballot, the bipartisan support was evident, with 30 votes in Ratuipeli's favour.
As you know, the National Federation Party is a party in opposition. We make our own decisions, on this issue, the party made a decision to support Ratuipeli as Speaker of the Parliament.
For opposition, whose nominee received 21, it was simply political prerogative at play.
I understand there was some discussions, but as always, we respect the ability for a political party to make their own decisions.
Meanwhile, Vina Bhatnagar maintains her role as Deputy Speaker. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The political upheavals of 1987 and 2000 has drastically impacted the sugar industry. Prime Minister and Sugar Minister Vurenge Bainimarama highlighted this in Parliament when he was asked to explain the declining trend in the industry. Ali Kimbia with the story.
While clarifying the efforts made by the government to rebuild the sugar industry, Vurenge Bainimarama pointed out the political events that led to its downfall.
The sugar industry landscape has changed dramatically, not only from 2006, but way back from 1987. When the coup makers saw the sugarcane industry as a threat to their political ambitions.
NFP leader Professor Biman Prasad highlighted the decline in the number of sugarcane farmers. However, Bainimarama says this is mainly due to the politicization of the industry.
Can the Prime Minister explain if the leases, non-renewal of leases were a factor after 2006 in the decline of the number of farmers from 18,000 to 12,000? That's the question.
Land leases which were started expiring in 1996, and its politicization started seeing a reduction in farmlands available for sugarcane farming.
The Prime Minister says there has been improvements since 2006 and there are plans in place to ensure the sugar industry's sustainability. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
The Health Ministry confirms the typhoid outbreak in Naitasiri and Navosa in September last year had claimed one life. Minister Dr. Ifiremi Wangai-Nambete says there were 53 cases in Naitasiri, while Namosi had 22 cases. Dr. Wangai-Nambete says their subdivisional outbreak team has been working with the provincial councils.
In December 2018, the Minister of Health officials have had engaged discussions with Provincial Council and members of both Namosi and Naitasiri community involving the police department on strategies to strengthen public health measures to prevent the spread of typhoid fever.
Still to come, PCN National Director granted bail. And fishermen surprised with biggest ever fish catch. Details after the break.
Bula, neva ngo malakai leloma ngo ngai nakas ondo bagrong ng Bula FM nambang 2 na sere.
Hoya ubasit sai sa Ilambasa, ya ondo talita na barong ng Bula FM nambang 2 na sere.
Gua do tumeli ako na tao no hinga toka. Talita kina na barong ng Bula FM nambang 2 na sere.
Wana tuma ng Bula FM nambang 2 na sere nawaluan.
Na vengo fane na tao ngo singa toka. Kita ondo talita ka ng Bula FM nambang 2 na sere.
Bula FM nambang 2 na sere.
Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama has thanked the Energy and Resources Institute of India for giving him the 2019 Sustainable Development Leadership Award. While the Prime Minister was unable to personally receive the award due to the Parliament sitting, he thanked the Institute and its director through a video-recorded message. Bainimarama says the award is more than a win for him or for Fiji. He says it is a win for small island developing states around the world. He says for a country like ours with a population of less than 1 million to be recognized by the Institute based in a nation of 1.3 billion is proof that our voices is being heard.
It shows that when it comes to impacting the world, it is not the size of your country that matters, but the size of your voice. And after Fiji's COP23 presidency, it's clear that the once ignored voice of the climate vulnerable populations is being projected louder than ever.
Investigations into 11 criminal cases involving police officers are nearing completion, while others are awaiting final decision from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. This has been revealed by Defence Minister Illicit while responding to Opposition MP Moses Mbulitavu's question on what his ministry is doing to eradicate the brutal treatment of suspects in custody. Agusita Tale reports.
Defence Minister Illicit has confirmed that of the 11 criminal cases involving police officers, 3 are from the Southern Division and 1 from the East.
For the North, we have one case, Honourable Speaker, and that case is now before the court. And of course, in the West, we have about 6, and of course, 4 under investigations and 2 awaiting the DPP's decision.
The minister also confirmed there are 3 video recording systems operational at the CID headquarters and Totongo police station in Suva.
We are in the process of procuring 10 of such gadgets again, going through the government procurement system now, and once the purchasing process has been finalized, we will also have these in the various stations.
Seriratu adds 20 officers have also been sent to the UK to familiarize themselves and get further training in these new developments in place. He says they're also working closely with the Legal Aid Commission to ensure the first-out procedure for suspects in custody is followed. Agusita Tale, FBC News.
A man in his 50s is in custody at the Lautoka police station for his alleged involvement in illicit drug trade. A raid was conducted on Saturday night at a supermarket along the Tongo Parade in Lautoka, and 300 rolls of dried leaves believed to be marijuana were found inside a plastic bag. The leaves will be sent for analysis as investigation continues. Government has taken a multi-sectoral role in addressing the needs of persons living with disabilities. The Minister for Women and Children, Meriseni Vuniwanga, revealed that 13.7% of the population have some form of functional disability. Kelly Vadala reports.
The Parliament today heard that various stakeholders are involved in assisting persons with disabilities.
There's money that has been given to Habitats for Humanity in relation to accessibility of homes for those persons living with disabilities. There's money given to the Ministry of Education to make schools more inclusive for those children living with disabilities.
Opposition MP Salote Randrondo asked the minister to inform the House of the work carried out by them in relation to the Rights of Persons with Disabilities Act 2018.
Can the minister explain how they will monitor the effectiveness or the implementation of the programs without the much needed resources?
As the monitoring, evaluation and learning component, that is where the FNCDP and other relevant stakeholders will be able, and the ministry of course taking the lead role, will be able to measure the actions on the ground.
Vuniwanga also adds they have a budget of more than $9 million to cover for the new disability allowance. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The People's Community Network Director has been granted bail by the Suva Magistrates Court. Semiti Ngalawasa is charged by the Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission with 1 count of failing to furnish information. It is alleged that Ngalawasa failed to furnish full information, records and copies which were issued by way of requisition of information notice number to the FCCC. The incident occurred between January 17th and January 23rd. A bench warrant was issued against Ngalawasa earlier today when he failed to appear in court. However, his lawyer informed the court that they were outside Court 1, where they were instructed to be present and were unaware that the matter was called in another court. The bench warrant has been cancelled. The magistrate granted bail on a $1,000 bail bond. The case will be recalled on March 12th for a plea. A Nandi man who has been fishing for around 25 years got the surprise of his life when he caught a fish out of the ordinary. Fisherman Dinesh Reddy of Nandovi says he couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the size of the fish that got trapped in the fishing net. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Catch of the day. A normal fishing routine for Dinesh today turned out to be also a very lucky one when he caught this monster kawa weighing more than 200 kilograms.
And it took us about 40-45 minutes to pull him close to the boat, next to the boat. And being so heavy, we couldn't lift it into the boat. So we put a rope through the gills, tie it up, and had to drag it all the way from there to the beach. Yeah, it was a mission, but he got it at the end.
It's a very unusual catch for Dinesh, and this one catch will earn him more than what he usually makes in 3 weeks.
So excited to see, because at first I thought it was a shark or something, being so heavy, but when it came next to the boat with just floating, yeah, I was so excited. And when we got the rope on, I know that's secured now. So yeah, I was really happy, and it's a big catch. It's about easily $1,500 to $2,000 worth. Yeah, sometimes we don't catch that much in a whole week.
He plans to sell the fish and has already attracted buyers. Philip Naikaso, FBC News.
Coming up in sports later with Jamie, Fiji 7-star Vilimoni Mbotitu to better his game ahead of the Las Vegas tournament. But first, Rachel is here now with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, Westpac Bank launches new app. And in growing Fiji, WEF completes major repairs in the West. Stay with us.
Voila, I am Eleanor. For the best classic hits, I only listen to Gold FM here in Singapore. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Seni Rawa. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Dino. I'm from Outbreak, Koroko, Singapore. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Salote. I love listening to Gold FM here in Nosuri. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, my name is Marida. Gold FM plays the best classics here in Outriga, Singapore.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, the Civil Aviation Minister has today clarified there is absolute no conflict for Fiji Airways Chief Executive Andre Filion to also hold the position of Tourism Fiji Chair. This comes after opposition questioned the neutrality of the position. Minister Ayar Said Kiyim says there is great synergy between the two organizations as they operate with the same objective, which is to bring more tourists into the country.
There's absolutely no conflict of interest between being the chair of Tourism Fiji and being the CEO of Fiji Airways. There is absolutely no conflict because Tourism Fiji does not determine how many planes come into Fiji. In fact, indeed, under the current chair of Fiji Airways, as chair of Tourism Fiji, Air New Zealand has actually increased its frequency of flights from Christchurch.
Now, Westpac Bank customers will have easy access to their personal accounts. This as the bank launched a new mobile application offering a variety of self-serve banking transactions. The chief executive says the app has the highest level of convenience and security. The app includes features that will help protect customers against fraud. The app is now available on Google Play Store and Apple stores.
We see this launch as an important step in Fiji's digital journey, and this is the start of as the app will evolve with more innovative and convenient banking services to be offered through this platform.
And we now join Sinifa from HFC Bank with the latest from the money market.
A quick look at the South Pacific Stock Exchange market rep for last week. 7 of listed stocks recorded market activities. Various share price movements were noted. Contiki Finance Limited shares decreased by 4 cents, ending the week at 94 cents, while Fijian Holdings Limited shares further rose by 20 cents to close the week at $1.20. Following these price changes, the market capitalization increased by 1.82%, ending the week at $3.21 billion. Meanwhile, in Forex market, eyes turn to the Reserve Bank of New Zealand monetary policy statement, that is this week's headline act. Investors will be focusing on the U.S. inflation figures after the Federal Reserve said it will be patient as it considers whether to continue hiking interest rates. Other U.S. economic reports due this week include consumer prices on Wednesday, producer prices and December retail sales figures on Thursday, and industrial production on Friday. The retail sales report had been delayed by the temporary government shutdown. That's the latest from HFC Bank for now in Accra.
Thanks, Anifa. On to the exchange rates. As it was set this morning, a mixed day for the Fijian dollar. Our dollar gained against the Aussie as well as the New Zealand dollar as well as the euro. Taking a look at the commodities market, oil prices is continuing its downward trend and stood at $52.36 a barrel. Gold was up at $1,313 per ounce, and silver also rose to close at $15.81 an ounce. And in growing Fiji tonight, the urgent repairs by the Water Authority to the major leakage along the Vaturu and Ngandro high-pressure pipeline has been completed. Authority Board Chair Kamal Gounder says they were able to isolate the leakage point to conduct the repair without causing any major disruption to the Nandi Latoka customers. With repairs completed, water restoration is currently in progress. WEF is now in the process of repressurizing the high-pressure pipeline to the water treatment plant. And that's business for tonight. Jamie joins you now with all the very latest in sports.
Thanks and good evening in sports tonight. Fiji to bid for 2027 Pacific Games. And Suva regroup after second straight VPL loss. This and more coming up.
Hi, I'm Jyotishma. I'm from Singatoka. I love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM is #1.
I'm Charlene Robert. Mirchi FM rocks in Lambasa.
I'm Soname Nasori Jackson. Mirchi FM is hot.
My name is Raymond Dutt. I'm in Baba Singh Alliance. Mirchi FM is hot in Lambasa.
I'm Pritika from Jax Nasori. I love listening to Mirchi FM here in Nasori. Mirchi FM is hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
The Fiji National Sports Commission will bid to host the 2027 Pacific Games in Fiji. Chair Peter Macy says they're working with relevant stakeholders to put forward a solid proposal to win the bid. Corey Tandolara with the details.
The Sports Commission is confident of securing the bid to host the 2027 Pacific Games.
The other big thing that we have to prepare for is 2027 is when we were aiming to have the next Pacific Games in Fiji. The bid for that has to be done in Samoa, which is this year. So there's all sorts of things happening in hosting of events.
But for now, the Sports Commission is focusing on the Pacific Games in Samoa as they're hoping to send the biggest team ever in Fijian history. Development and training coach Albert Miller says the only issue for them at this stage is they do not have enough long-distance runners.
Maybe a concern is the distance. 5,000, 10,000, we have maybe one or two that potentially can medal, but right now, they have to achieve a qualifying standard first, so that's a major requirement.
Miller says they're also aiming to grab gold medals in field events this year.
We have a few female athletes in the field events. One is a hammer thrower. I think they're both based in California, and the other one is a long jump at pole vaulter. Female athletes, so this is our trump cards that not too many people know about.
The Pacific Games will be held from the 7th to the 20th of July in Samoa. Rory Tandulala, FBC Sports.
Sports Minister Pravin Bala will receive a report from the Fiji Football Association regarding the drug abuse by its players at the end of this week. This follows the saga with 9 of Fiji FA's men's under-23 players and 2 female club players who tested positive for drugs recently. Bala says they are also working on an anti-doping policy that will help deal with the issue.
The government is very concerned in this regard, and therefore the Ministry of Youth and Sports formulated a draft national sport and drug policy in 2016.
The Bar football side sits on top of the Vodafone Premier League table into the 4th week of competition. After 2 wins and a draw, the Men in Black lead with 7 points, while Tabua is in second, having secured 2 consecutive wins from 4 games. Nasinu, who upset Lambasa 2-0 yesterday, is locked on 3 points with Rewa, Suva, Nandi and title holders Lautoka. The Suva football side will need to iron out a few areas after its 2nd consecutive loss to Mba over the weekend. The capital city side faces Nasinu next, while Mba goes on bye to prepare for the OFC Champions League. Vasil Prasad reports.
Despite having the best squad on paper, the Suva football failed to impress its fans, going down 1-0 to Ba.
So there's a long way to go. We lost a game. Yes, it's a hard game. It's hard for the fans to digest. Yes, but we'll go back to the drawing board.
Accepting the defeat, coach Imtiaz Khan believes they can do better in the next match against Nasinu.
We can't say there's an easy team or a hard team. Everyone is playing at their best. We have Nasinu. It won't be easy either.
The win is a timely boost for the Bar football team as they turn their focus towards the OFC Champions League.
We have 2 to 3 weeks to preparation for the OFC, and what mistake we have done here, we have noted out, and when we will go back home, that we'll iron out our mistakes.
While Ba is on track, Suva needs to do a lot of soul searching if they want to win the VPL title. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
Lautoka football coach Kamal Swami says they need to play hard for the full 90 minutes if they are to beat Henderson Eels in their next OFC Champions League match on Wednesday. The Blues made a powerful start, beating Morobe Wawans of Papua New Guinea 5-0 over the weekend. However, Swami says they still need to work on their finishing.
Which means they're a strong side and they play till the last whistle, and we need to keep that in mind, that we cannot relax, and at the same time, like the opportunities come, we need to finish it. If we don't finish it, they can punish us in the last 20 minutes.
Fiji Airways men's sevens rookie Vilimoni Motitu believes he still has a lot to offer on the World Rugby Series this season. Motitu says he has learned a lot from his first few tournaments on the World Series and aims to come out stronger for the Las Vegas and Vancouver Sevens next month.
My main aim is just to keep improving from my last game. Just improving from all my mistakes.
The Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby League competition continues to feed the international league market with local players. 2 students from Ratukandabulewu School have been picked by international league giants Parramatta Eels and the Cronulla Sharks. School sports coordinator Wailesi Sokaiwanga says they hope to continue giving their players exposure to international league games.
We had 2 that went overseas last 2 weeks ago. Solo and the Chuta. Solo has gone to Parramatta Hills and the Chuta has gone to Cronulla Sharks. These are 2 boys. Just recently, we had played with our case team Dean's Trophy last year. They got contract this year. They have moved on, and that's a great news for our case.
To Six Nations Rugby, Johnny May scored a hat-trick to set England on their way to an excellent 44-8 triumph over France. Here's the match highlights.
Tackles. The kick ahead from the fullback. And look at Johnny May, he's after it. And May's got there. Didn't really have enough distance on it, but I think Parra knocked it on there. The stab through from Ashton. It's another one to chase here for May. And throws the long pass out. There's another chance here. And they've got in. He puts boot to ball. Oh, and Ashton was tackled without having the ball. And the referee has awarded the penalty try. And there's May lining up and chasing. And can May get to it? Dupont got there first.
Yeah, happy. Probably the most pleasing thing for us is that we've had a good performance here at home, back in front of our crowd. Put good points on the board, but there's still a lot to come.
Manchester City is back on top of the English Premier League table after thumping Chelsea 6-0 this morning. They lead with 65 points and a healthy goal difference compared to Liverpool. That's it from sports tonight. Angie joins you later on with weather. And in the world of the weird and the wonderful, a mom's painting goes viral, setting off a global painting party. Details coming up.
मैं नवनीत नंद नंबुआ लुम्बुआ से। जैसे प्रेनी नोट मशहूर है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 भी सभी जगह मशहूर है। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
सीमा नकाशी से मैं रेडियो फीजी 2 पसंद करती हूँ सुनने के लिए। रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
मैं हूँ अंकल किंग सिंगाटोका टाउन के टैक्सी ड्राइवर। जैसे रग्बी फेमस है वैसे रेडियो फीजी 2 फेमस है।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In new media deciding between the Motorola G7 and G7 Plus, here's a spec comparison to help you choose between the two budget phones. It's weather time now with Kelly. A southeast wind flow prevails over the group. Meanwhile, an active trough of low pressure lies just to the northeast of the country. Associated cloud and rain is expected to affect the eastern parts of the country from tomorrow. Looking at the west, humid conditions, a shower or thunderstorm breezy in the afternoon. Eastwards from Peck Harbour to Suva, considerable cloudiness followed by a shower in the evening. In the north, occasional rain and thunderstorm in the evening, otherwise becoming partly cloudy. At sea, moderate to fresh southeast winds, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide is at 11 p.m. with low tide at 5:20. Tomorrow morning, sunrise is at 5:58. For tomorrow, showers heavy at times expected over most places. Tomorrow stems high temperatures to continue. Looking further on to Wednesday, occasional rain heavy at times with squally thunderstorms over Lau and Lomaiviti Group, Vanuatu, Taviuni and nearby smaller islands, the eastern parts and interior of the other larger islands with strong easterly winds of 45 km per hour and gusts to 65 km per hour. Some showers with afternoon or evening thunderstorms and heavy falls elsewhere. Jackie. Thanks so much for that, Kelly. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, what more should the FRA do to deal with potholes on our roads?
I think the FRA should have a proper plan in preparing our roads, and they must work really hard to repair all the potholes.
The FRA should do all it can to fix all potholes because people and drivers are paying wheel tax to use the road.
We should fix the road regularly.
They should fix the road properly. Like hire an overseas consultant to come and work with FRA so they can work together as a team to take into factor the climate here in Fiji and mainly the rainfall.
Well, I think we should have the overseas consultant to come over because they can take care of the job.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, Malala Island developers breach contract, says Lands Minister. Ratoe Peli Nailatikau is new parliamentary speaker, and PM clarifies sugar industry status. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question segment, last week we asked, should players found positive for drug intake be banned for life? 51% said yes. This week we're asking, is drugs becoming a major social problem for Fiji? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day, an absolutely gorgeous one sent in by Nitendra Prasad. The picture was taken from the FBC transmitter site in Rakiraki, overlooking Rakiraki town with the Nakauvandra mountain range in the background. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. You can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was the FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, good night.
Bula, nevang gomal kay leloma, ngongai nakas untuk makarong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Hoya o basit sai sa Ilambasa, ya untuk talita ina warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Gua do tumeli, ako na tao no hinga toka, talita kina na warong ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Wana tuma ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere nawaluan.
Nevang go fani na tao nang go singa toka, kita untuk talita ka ng Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.
Bula FM, nambang dua na sere.